In many European countries, the so-called populist political parties have been on the rise, disrupting the established political order and upstaging mainstream parties. Their opponents see them as rebels who ignore the realities of power and the necessity of political compromise, while their supporters view them as plain-speaking underdogs who are willing to stand up for regular people against the lazy, the incompetent and the powerful. Why is populism seen as such a bad thing? How can we explain the rise of these parties? The loss of confidence in mainstream political parties? The EU is seen as an open door for immigrants who threaten national cultures and safety. Many voters see these parties as a way to protest against policies. Let's try and draw a social profile for a populist. Normally is a man, is not part of a more secured salaried sector, is not university educated and has a negative attitude towards diversity. Some call populist democracy and patriotism. In other words, isn't populism just democracy at work? And what's so bad about populism? Populism is not a bad thing. In my opinion, it attaches to different sets of ideas, some of which are very bad in my opinion. But there is nothing to stop populism attaching itself to ideas that are good. Populism is nothing revolutionary, but it advocates the idea of popular sovereignty above the sovereignty of institutions, and it tends to be opponent to ideas of civil or human rights, democratic institutions, and representatives of those institutions. Populists don't tend to like politicians as a whole. So why do people vote for populist parties? What's the solution? How do we face it? For example, if we sort the economy, will these attitudes also dissipate? Populism is a distrust about the way that politics works. We shouldn't be telling people who or what they should vote. We should start dealing with it. We should start taking it seriously. Politics is contestations, debate, discussion. Populism is best addressed by answering the questions it asks. As we don't fully understand the functioning of politics sometimes, and the expectations people have of politics are sometimes too high.